Today we're going to jump into the fundamental concept of opening the pathways in the body and take a look at it from a functional medicine perspective and see why it's so essential that we open the pathways and why it's the first step in the cleansing process before we even embark on our cleansing journey. As you can see here from this picture, our bodies are an intricate system with pathways and channels that allow the flow of nutrients, energy, and information. Think of these pathways as highways to vitality. And in functional medicine, we realize that if just one part of the system is off, it can affect the entire system as a whole. That's why in order to stay healthy, it's crucial that we ensure that the pathways in our bodies stay open and free-flowing. You may wonder, how in the world are these pathways of mine getting blocked up in the first place? Well, of course, we have the environmental aspect. From the air we breathe, to the clothes we wear, to the food that we eat, all has an effect on our system. It can be caused by the products that we put on our body, the perfumes, the colognes, the body washes. All of these products are filled with chemicals. All of these outside forces disrupt cellular function in our body, which then hinders nutrient absorption, which then leads to the start of disease or dis-ease in the body. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like if our liver, lymphatic, gallbladder, or even our heart are backed up with toxins and how that may present in our body. Now, when it comes to opening pathways, you always want to start with the gut because life or death begins in the gut. So if you're someone who is struggling with a backed up colon, this is what it may look like for you. You may either have constipation or diarrhea. You may have changes in your bowel movements and you may never feel satisfied even after you eat a big meal. So let's go ahead and take a look at our liver. What's that look like and how does that show up in our body if it's malfunctioning? So you may have some jaundice, which is yellowing of the skin and of the eyes. You may have abdominal pain and discomfort, swelling in your abdomen, unexplained weight loss, weakness, fatigue, confusion, nausea, and vomiting. I don't know if you know this, but our liver is like one of the most essential organs we have, obviously aside from the heart. But everything that we put in and on our body has to go and get filtered by our livers. So our livers are really taking the brunt of the work. Let's take a look at the gallbladder. Pain radiating to your back or your shoulder, abdominal pain, intolerance to fatty foods, bloating and gas, changes in bowel movements, nausea and vomiting, fever, chills, jaundice, pale colored stool, dark urine, sudden pain attacks, indigestion. Doctors nowadays will just go ahead and take your gallbladder out and say, oh, you'll be fine, go ahead, carry on business as usual. But they don't tell you that once you get your gallbladder out, you've lost the ability for your body to digest food the proper way it was supposed to digest food. So if you are not taking a digestive enzyme, if your body's functioning fine and you're happy with how it's working, fine, keep things as you're going. But if you're someone who constantly either has diarrhea right after you eat or you have severe constipation, look into adding a digestive enzyme if you do not have a gallbladder. Or if you have a gallbladder that's not functioning correctly, look into adding a digestive enzyme there as well. This can be the first step in getting things to start working correctly again so that you can get your pathways open and get things moving. Now, what about our kidneys? What does that look like if they get backed up? You're going to notice things like fluid retention, which is also known as edema, high blood pressure, changes in urination, fatigue, anemia, nausea and vomiting, shortness of breath, electrolyte imbalance, bone health issues, changes in appetite, sleep disturbances, muscle cramps, and weakness. Our kidneys are our body's filtration system, and they are constantly taking a beating with all of the things and the toxic chemicals and foods that we are throwing at it. Let's go ahead and even take a look at what a congested heart looks like. Once again, you may notice that you have fluid retention going on, high blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, weakness and fatigue, or you may even struggle with dizziness or fainting. And last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at our lymphatic system. You're going to notice things like fluid retention, you're going to be fatigued all the time. You may struggle with pain and discomfort in your body like fibromyalgia. You may have digestive issues. You may wake up and be super stiff or just stiff all the time in your body. So I know over the years it seems as though we've been taught that each body system that we have works independently from each other. But as you can see, that couldn't be further from the truth. They actually all ebb and flow together and they work as a wheel in a system. And if at any time the littlest thing goes out of balance, it can send a wide spring of issues to happen happen. Opening the pathways isn't just about cleansing the body. It's a journey to your God-given identity. It's getting to this point where you realize, man, I have tried all of these medications. I've done all of the things that they've said to do, but yet here I am still covered in sickness after 10, 15, some of us 20, 30, 40 years going to the doctor, and not a single thing has gotten better, but we've just gotten worse. This is why we say step 1 of the cleansing process is opening the pathways. If any of these pathways in your body are backed up and blocked, and you go to cleanse your body, you can do more harm to yourself than good. Remember, cleansing our body isn't a fast journey. It's a slow and steady race back to your truest self. Now think about how many years it took for all of these toxins to get built up in our body. It's not going to be an overnight adventure. It's going to be something where you're going to want to commit 6 to 12 months of your life to doing this process. So now that you've discovered, oh man, I may have some backed up systems going on here, what do I do? Don't worry, we took all the stress of it out for you. Step 1 of our cleansing protocol is opening the pathways, and we have a kit specifically designed just for this.
And this kit is called the Open Pathways Kit.
Depending on how long you've been sick or the severity of your sickness, that will dictate how long that you will stay on this phase of the cleanse. If you are someone who has been sick for a very long time, you're probably looking at 2 to 4 months or maybe even 6 months of just doing the step 1 of the cleansing. They say in the herbal world that for every year that you have struggled with a sickness, you should treat yourself herbally for 2 to 3 months. So if you're someone who have been sick for 10 years, you're looking at, several years of cleansing your body. But that's okay. You don't have to get overwhelmed about it because it's just one step at a time. If you're someone who struggles at drinking water, don't even start cleansing. How about working on getting rid of the sodas and the juices and the energy drinks and start implementing water into your life? Just getting rid of those types of drinks and switching to water can help your body fast track in the healing process like you wouldn't believe. So if you're ready to embark on your cleansing journey and you're like, man, I want a heavy metal cleanse and parasite cleanse, stop. Please stop. Do not go on to the heavy metal or parasite cleanse until you have ensured that the pathways in your body are open. Now, just a few things I should mention. All of our kits come with a 7-day colon cleanse that you complete first before you even go into the cleansing part of the kit. Now, if you're worried about running to the restroom or having like wild blowouts while you're cleansing, don't worry. We thought about that and we took it into consideration when we created these cleanses. Of course, we always recommend that you start on a weekend or on a day off so that you know how your body responds to the herbal medicine. But our colon cleanse is actually very smooth and very gentle, but yet very effective. So, no wild blowouts. Also, all of these kits are only created for one person. And all of the herbs in this kit are designed to help open the pathways in the body, cleanse the blood, cleanse the liver, the gallbladder, your lymphatic, your kidneys. It gets everything moving and functioning and flowing like it should so that you can go on to the next phase, which will be the heavy metal cleansing. And that'll be our next video. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out and shoot us a message or send us an email if you have any questions. We are here to support you and we are here to walk you on your journey and stand side by side with you as you take your life back so that you can restore your identity.